course, of course. And they have this marvelous technology to kill each other. So that's... But we are talking about human problems of relationship, human problems of lack of freedom, this sense of constant uncertainty, fear, and all, the human struggle and working for a livelihood for the rest of your life. It all seems so extraordinarily wrong, the whole thing.
Yes, well, I think people have lost sight of that. You see, generally speaking, that they sort of, as you say, accept the situation as it is in which they find themselves and try to make the best of it, trying to solve some little problems to ameliorate their situation.
Yes, but
most people wouldn't look at this whole big situation very seriously.
The religious people have created a tremendous problem for man.
Yes, but they're trying to solve problems too. I mean, everybody is off on his own little fragment, solving whatever he thinks he can solve, and it all adds up to chaos, you see.
Chaos, that's what I'm saying. We live as human beings, in chaos. Now, I want to find out if I can live without a single problem for the rest of my life. Is that possible?
Well, I wonder if we should even call these things problems. You see, that a problem would be something that would be reasonably solvable. You see, if you put a problem of how to achieve a certain result, and then that presupposes that you could reasonably find a way to do it, right? Is that clear technologically? Now, I don't think we can even psychologically, the problem cannot be looked at that way, that to propose a result that we have to achieve and then find a way to do it.
I mean, what is the root of all this? What is the cause of all this human chaos?
Yes, well, we've sort of been discussing this for a long time. We've been discussing this for a number of years.
I'm trying to come to it from a different angle. Mm-hmm. Whether there is an ending to problems. You see, personally, I refuse to have problems.
Well, somebody might argue with you about that, saying, you can't refuse. You see, you may be challenged with something.
It's not a problem. I was challenged the other day about something very, very serious.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a matter of clarification, then, you see, because part of the difficulty is clarification of the language, right?
Not only language.
But all that's behind it. Right?
Yes, not only language, it's a question of relationship and action.
Yes.
A certain problem arose the other day, which involved lots of people and so on. And a certain action had to be taken. Personally, to me, it was not a problem.
Well, we have to make it clear what you mean, because, see, I don't know without an example.
I mean by problem, something that has to be resolved, something you worry about, something you are endlessly concerned and questioning, answer, doubt, uncertain, and take some kind of action at the end of which you regret.
Yeah, but let's begin with the technical problem where the idea first arose, you see, of a problem, and saying, you have a challenge, something needs to be done.
Absolutely.
You say that's a problem, you see.
Yes, that is generally called a problem.
Now, the word problem is based on the idea of putting forth something, a possible solution, and then trying to achieve it, right?
Yeah. Or not, I have a problem, but I don't know how to deal with it.
So that's second. Then if you have a problem and you have no idea of how to deal with it,
yes.
So
I go around asking people, getting more and more confused.
Yeah. Yes, it's hard to say that would be already a change from the simple idea of a technical problem, where you usually have some notion of what to do, right?
I wonder if we do.
What? Technical?
Technical problem solves fairly simple.
Well, they often require, they often bring challenges requiring you to go very deeply and change your ideas, right?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get at.
Even a technical problem may do that. But now, you see, you're saying see, if it were anything like a technical problem, either you would say, well, I can see it generally what I have to do to solve it. Say, if you say there's lack of food, generally what you've got to do is to produce more food. And find ways and means of doing it.
We can do that.
Yes, so we say that, and also we could discover entirely new ideas and so on. Now then we say, now we have a psychological problem, can we do the same?
Yes, that's the point.
Yes, well,
that's
let's
the
look
point.
into that, yes.
How do we deal with this thing?
Well, what kind of problem shall we discuss, for example?
Human problem.
Human problem, what sort of problem?
Any problem which arises in human relationship.
Well, let's say people cannot agree. You see, they fight each other constantly.
Yeah, let's take that for a very simple thing. In our discussions here with a group of people, it seems to be almost impossible to think together, to have the same outlook, the same attitude, not copying each other, but an attitude which seems so normal, healthy. And each person puts his opinion forward and is contradicted by another. And so this goes on all the time, in the world and here.
Yes.